Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Hope you guys are doing well because I'm doing okay. And welcome back to a new year, you guys. Welcome to 2023. This is my first video for the year. I'm quite excited to be back on YouTube again. So guys, today's video is an interesting one. Before I start, I just want to read something I wrote when I started this channel. It's even still on my about on YouTube. It's just about what the channel is about, I guess. So I wrote this in 2021, beginning of 2021. That's when I started this channel. That was my first year at university. So I wrote, I've been waiting for this time to arrive since like forever. I'm excited about the new chapter I'm about to open. I want you to join me as I move to a new city and start university, as I start being independent. I don't know what's in store for me, but I'm willing to face anything that comes my way. This is what I wrote, you guys, when I first came to university, because I knew that this was something very new for me. It's a new environment, new things, new city, new everything. I'm growing, so I knew that definitely I'm gonna face challenges, and I did, you guys. I've been in university for 2 years, and this is at the beginning of my third one, and it's been tough, you guys. It's been really tough. I think in my life I've had times where things were not going well in my life, but I was just content with my life. I was okay. I was happy. I loved my life. I was grateful to God for like bringing me to this earth. I was grateful for being alive. I was okay, even though things weren't going well. But in the past 2 years, you guys, I've been struggling to just be content with my life. I just feel like things are just too horrible. I'm just unable to accept that, okay, I don't know how to explain this to you guys. It's not like I'm ungrateful for what I have. I'm in university. I'm grateful for that. But there's just this level of contentment that I just want to reach. I don't want my life to be perfect, but I just want to be content with my life. I want to be okay with where my life is. I thought last year was going to be a best year for me, but it didn't turn out okay. But I do hope that this year is going to be better for me. I hope I will finally reach a level Funayo. I'm quite scared of like wishing for the best, because I did last year, and hectic. But it's okay. We have to keep on hoping, because in this life, if you want to carry one thing in life, it should really be hope, because hope really gets you through the toughest times. So yeah, you guys, if you're interested in hearing my story, just sit back and relax. So guys, I'm going to start with a background story of how I chose the course that I did in university, or courses. So I'm gonna try to be very brief, okay? So guys, throughout my schooling career, it was always just me wanting to be a doctor, okay? Especially when I got to high school. I remember in grade 8, I even said I want to go to Wits medical school, right? And in grade 8, grade 9, grade 10, like my passion was just medicine. It was me wanting to be a doctor. My friends knew, my family, they knew that I want to be a doctor. I used to call myself udokotela. I was really passionate about it at the time. And then in 2019, when I went to KZN to start grade 11, I met a friend there. He's still my best friend till this day. I met my friend there, and he was also really he still is passionate about medicine. So when I met him, he also told me I wanted to get into medicine, and at the time I also wanted to get into medicine. So we were like excited about the fact that we both want to get into medicine. We used to talk a lot about medicine, you guys. We used to reach out to people who are doctors just to get motivation. We used to watch some autobiographies of doctors. We were those people, okay? And I feel like I'm grateful for him. I'm grateful that we got to do that, because after about 4 or 6 months, I started realizing that actually this is not what I really want to do. Because I feel like at the time some light was shed into what being a doctor looks like, what it means to be a doctor. And I just felt like, no, actually this is not what I want to do. So that was in grade 11, and I was like, yo, so what am I going to do now? I was really confused. I was like, what else do I like? I did love astronomy since primary school, but it's never something I felt like I want to like pursue as a career. It was just something I loved reading about. So I was like, what do I do now? So I called my former mathematics grade 8 teacher, and I was like, ma'am, listen, I've always wanted to be a doctor, right? But right now I feel like not so much. But what I love right now is maths. I love mathematics so much. Are there any careers that I can get into that are related to maths and all of that? And she gave me like a list of like careers that I incorporated with the fourth industrial revolution, right? And I fell in love with data science, and I was like, okay, let me look in how you get into being a data scientist. And then guys, it's such a broad career, like you can get in like with anything, okay? So I was like, okay, because I want to do maths, let me just go to Wits and study maths there, and maybe do it with something else and not just maths. So I decided that I'm going to do mathematics and computer science at Wits University. And in grade 11, the remaining of grade 11 and grade 12, it was me working towards going to Wits to study mathematics and computer science. So yeah, that's where this thing came about. So you might know that in my first year I didn't do computer science. I did not. I did a BSc in biological sciences, right? And the goal with that was to get into medicine via the GAMP program that Wits offers, right? So they tell you what modules you should choose in your first year if you want to get into medicine and all of that. So that's the course I was doing in my first year in 2021. And the reason I did that course was because after I realized that I don't mind medicine anymore in grade 11, I was unable to tell my family that I no longer want to do medicine, especially my grandmother. My uncles and aunts were gonna be cool with me doing anything, but my grandmother, you guys, like me being a doctor was like something very special for her. So I was like, maybe I'm gonna disappoint her when I tell her, and I was really scared, you guys. Like from grade 12, like the beginning of grade 12, every day I wanted to tell her, and I was just scared till the year ended. I only told her about this interest of mine in mathematics in the day I received my matric results. That was the 23rd of Feb in 2021. I told her that day that, Mamela girl, I didn't apply for medicine anyway because I don't want medicine. I didn't apply for any health science module anyway because I don't want it. I just want to do maths. And she was so confused, because and then maths, why? Medicine is a great course whatsoever, you love it and whatsoever. You speak to this doctor, you love them. And I was like, yeah, but I don't want to do it anymore, And guys, she didn't understand at all, you guys. Like, she did not understand. And she was trying to convince me, but I was like, I want maths. And she just ended up saying, I get do whatever I want to do. And guys, when someone says that, you can't really just do it, And at the time, I was still a kid. I was still used to just doing what I'm told to do by Ugog or my uncles and my aunts. So it was very hard for me to just decide, but I am not going to do what you want, I'm going to do what I want. So I was like, hey, you know what, let me just do this thing for her. Let me just, because Wits did offer me that BSc thingy. I think if you apply for anything in the science faculty, they offer you that BSc where you get to choose those modules that I chose. So I was like, you know what, it's okay. There's a way into getting into medicine, even though I didn't apply for it. So I was like, let me just go to Wits and do this thing, even though I wanted to go to Wits for computer science. I was even accepted. I'm going to put my acceptance thing here in 2021 for computer science, but I had to reject it and take this other BSc thing. So yeah, guys, I went to Wits and did that BSc biological sciences module. I was doing some chemistry, some biology, and all those things. And guys, it was the year was so horrible, because now I was like, then I was like, why am I here? Why am I not doing what I wanted to do? It was not nice at all. I ended up deciding that the following year, 2022, I am definitely switching. And I didn't tell my family the whole year. I told them in 2022, after I had even registered for computer science. I called the family meeting and I explained that I don't want this course, I want to get into medicine, I want to do maths. I explained that it's a great course and everything, and they really understood, because I mean, I was kind of suffering in my first year and they saw that, so they were like, nah, you really don't like this and you're not happy, so it's fine, just do what you want to do. So that's how I got to do computer science in 2022, which was last year, but my second year in university, but my first year in computer science. So now we're gonna talk about what happened when I was now doing computer science. So guys, we are now in 2022. I am now doing computer science. I am so happy. I am filled with gratitude, because I'm like, God, you really gave me a chance to finally do what I wanted to do. And I'm so motivated. I want to do better, because in my first year things were not okay. I didn't know my work. I did pass because of online learning, but I didn't know my work. So I'm like, now I want to get back to my proper trajectory. I want to be that student, passing student, studying. I know my work. I am so motivated, okay? And I don't want to make mistakes, because right now I'm where I've always wanted to be. I'm living in an answered prayer, you know. That was like how I was feeling in the beginning of 2022, because I was really grateful, you guys. I remember I couldn't believe that I'm finally registered for computer science. I remember I used to look at my registration, my proof of registration every single day, because I didn't believe that finally I'm here. But yeah, guys, I registered for computer science, told my family I'm now here at Wits. I'm going to be doing my first day in computer science and I'm excited. Alright, the first few days were okay, you know, but I think after a week or so I started panicking a lot, because I was just thinking that actually no, I don't want to mess things up. I want everything to be perfect. So whenever things seemed like they're not going well, I would panic and feel like I'm going back to how things were in my previous year, which was my first year. So guys, I have my laptop here and it has the structure of my whole story, because I don't want to ramble, so I want to put it here so I can see. So yeah, I was panicking, felt like things are not going okay, things are not perfect. I felt like I didn't have a grip of everything. And I remember my friend telling me to like not panic. She told me to just not try to have everything in order. Let me just go with the flow and just do what I have to do as a student and just let things be, okay? I tried that, but I realized after some time that actually in my first year I did lose some things. I lost my confidence, guys, in my first year, because I was doing something I didn't want to do and I was not really participating in it. I was just there. I was just there at Wits chilling, you know. I didn't know my work at all. I wasn't studying anymore. So now I don't have confidence in myself, you know. I felt like I was a bit dumb or something, and that only kicked in when I was like in my second year computer science. I was like, actually, why am I feeling like this now? When I do something, I no longer have that drive that I had in high school. I know it's different, but since I was just, I don't know, I felt like I wasn't able to do this, you know. And I feel like that really messed me up. So that's the first thing that messed me up. I realized that I had lost my confidence. Well, I don't have confidence in myself anymore, and I was panicking. I was trying so hard to ensure that things are not going to be the same as my first horrible year. And then the second thing that messed me up was underestimating some modules. So as a computer science student, you do, I'm gonna write the modules here, you do mathematics major, where you do algebra and calculus. You do computational and applied mathematics, where you do scientific computing, mathematical methods, mathematical modeling and methods. I'm not sure, but I'm gonna write it here. And then you also do mechanics, right? And then you do computer science, where you do 2 modules on your first semester. I'm gonna write them here. And you do 2 modules in your second semester. So with maths, you guys, maths major, algebra and calculus. In my first year I did do maths, but I did maths auxiliary. It's like different from maths major, because maths major is like the proper maths core, okay? But when I got there, I was like, you know what, I did this maths in my first year, so I wouldn't like try to put like so much pressure on myself when it comes to it. I'll just focus on these new modules, especially computer science, because it's new, and applied maths kind of new to me. So I underestimated maths until the last days. I think about 2 weeks before writing the exam, I realized that actually I should have studied this, because things are tough. It's not as easy as I thought it was. And yeah, that was like the biggest mistake ever. The other thing was not knowing how to study certain modules, and that affected me a lot, because with like maths modules and my applied maths modules, it was okay. I mean, whenever I tried to study them, I would feel like, sure, I'm moving, because I know maths, I've been doing maths, I know how it goes, But with computer science, it was something completely different for me, completely new for me. It wasn't like maths where I knew I just have to practice problems. It wasn't biology where I knew I had to just read notes and whatsoever. It was something new that needed a different technique to like practice it. And I did try to ask around, ask people how do I study this, how do I go about practicing coding or whatsoever. They would tell me there are different ways, but oh no, do problems, go to this ad, go to this website, do this, consult YouTube, Google, and there was a lot of things, and I was just like, which one do I do? So I tried this one, and when I see it doesn't work, I would go try another one. And I feel like that trial and error thing got to me, because I felt like I'm trying but I'm failing. And that annoyed me, because I used to feel so dumb when I was unable to really finally feel like I'm moving. I felt so dumb, and I just started, I don't want to say started hating it, but I did the dumbest thing ever. I just decided to just neglect the programming module, because I was like, I don't know how to do it, and I was so dumb, you guys, because I'm sure I was supposed to go ask for help, like for more help. I don't know, but I was just like, I'm annoyed, I feel dumb. When I do this, I feel dumb, and no one likes feeling dumb. So I was like, this one is not for me. I just neglected it. And like I was like a student who's not doing computer science. I was just focusing on other modules, and even my focus on other modules was now limited, because I knew that I was doing something wrong. I knew that I'm struggling, but I just didn't know what to do to get help. So it was also stressing me out, and my other modules were like affected now, right? And that's one thing about me. When one thing doesn't go wrong, it just affects every single thing. And then yeah, guys, I really struggled with asking for help. Sometimes I really would see that, okay, I'm sinking, and I would try to ask for help from people, but I struggle, because sometimes I feel like I'm bothering people, and then sometimes people are gonna try to explain things to me, and I will take time to understand, and I'll feel like I'm dumb, and I'm like and I'll maybe even lie and say I understand something even when I don't, because I'm just like, you're gonna think I'm dumb because you've been explaining and I don't understand. So I struggled a lot with that, and I just struggled on my own. I was just struggling on my very own. And I after maybe a month, I had to write my first big test for computer science, the programming module. I went to write the test, you guys, and I'm telling you now that when I went there, I was so stressed, because I was like, did I even study enough? Am I even prepared for this? Because I didn't even know what it meant to be prepared for a programming module. I had no idea. But I wrote then, I went there and I wrote the exam, we were coding there. I want to tell you now that I was only able to answer the first question, which was only worth 10 marks out of 100 marks. So for that exam, I got 10%, because I got that first question correct, and I got 10% for my first computer science test. Yeah, and it was tough. I don't know how I felt. I feel like I was in disbelief, because I didn't believe that I got 10% in a test. I did not believe at all. If I still have the screenshots, I'm gonna put it here. The screenshot of my 10%, I'm gonna put it here if I still have it. And then yeah, after that, guys, things kind of went down, because I was now stressing. I was like, okay, you're struggling, girl, you are definitely struggling. But I didn't know what to do. You know, I had no idea what to do. But I tried to like practice coding again, but I was still failing, and I still went back to my thing, just neglected it because I was like, I don't want to feel dumb, I want to feel like this. And then I had to write my second test for computer science. That was like around May. You know, I had to write my first test for computer science. I remember very well, I went to the venue. I didn't even go to work. You guys know I do work, right? I didn't go to work that day because I was writing. So I went to school, I went to the venue. I remember sitting outside, seeing my classmates like around, chilling with their friends, maybe reminding themselves of like some codes or whatever, but they were just there. Guys, I couldn't hear. Everything was such a blur, you guys. I was hearing them and their conversations from afar. I was stressing out. I was so stressed. I was like, what am I going to get? What am I going to write in there when I get in? What am I going to write? Hey guys, I think about 10 minutes before I had to get into the venue, I stood up, you guys, and I went to the bus stop and I went back to Raise. I got to Raise and I just slept because I was like, I don't want to be awake and think that people are writing now and I'm here. I didn't go to a doctor to get a letter so I can write a deferred exam or go to CCDU or go to my lecturer or anyone. I just went straight to Raise, to my bed. I didn't tell anyone that I'm not writing, that I didn't write. And I slept, you guys, because I was so stressed and I didn't want to feel the same way I felt when I got that 10%. I didn't want to go there and not know what to write and feel like I'm the dumbest person ever. I guess I was just protecting my mental health, but I don't know, but that's what I did. And then I remember that day after like 5, I think they were done by that time. My friends were asking me how was the exam, how was the test, and I was like, it was fine, you know, because I didn't tell them I didn't go right. Oh, that was like the toughest thing ever because I felt like the dumbest person ever. And that was like in the beginning of May. And in the beginning of May, I was alone. I was alone at Ways because my roommate had left. She had gone home for like the entire month. So during May, I was alone. And after that test, I feel like I then did an introspection of like my academics, and I realized that things are going down. Even my maths things are just falling apart, even though things were not that bad with it, but my maths things are falling apart. Only applied maths was okay. It was the only thing that was keeping me sane because I felt like at least I still have a brain that works because I was doing really well, like exceptionally well in applied maths. I was so stressed, you guys, during that month. It was the worst month like ever. Like in 2022, May was the worst month ever. I was stressed out. I used to cry every single day because now I had seen that things are tough and I was about to write exams, and but I'm not prepared for my exams. I am not okay. I don't know anything. Where do I even start? You know, when you're so behind in like in terms of like practicing your work, to a point where you feel like it's even too late for you to do anything. That's how I felt. I felt like I can't do anything now. I'm sure I could have done something, but at that moment I felt like, nah, I can't do anything. Things are just tough. And all I used to do was to just cry, you guys. I used to cry, guys. I used to cry. I was even embarrassed of like praying because I was like, God is gonna thank how when I gave you an opportunity to do a course you wanna do, and you're being this irresponsible. You're not doing your work. You're not studying. You're not writing tests. You're getting 10%. I felt embarrassed, you guys. I didn't wanna pray because I was like, hey, bruh, I'm embarrassed. Okay. I remember this one time, when I was tired of like crying and stressing over school. I woke up like in the middle of the night, I think in the early hours of the morning, around 3 or 2 a.m. And those are the times where I used to go through the most. I woke up that day, you guys. I woke up and I prayed. I was like, God, Jongani. I used to have conversations to God like this. I was like, God, listen. If me wanting to own that Mercedes GLE, if me wanting to own that Range Rover Evoque, that nice house, me wanting to get married and have a nice life, if me wanting to own those properties I wanna own, have those organizations, and just basically reach my goals and my dreams, if me wanting to do that means me being stressed like this, then I don't want the dreams. I was like, just take the dreams. I don't want them. Just take them because I am tired of this. But I am so glad that God didn't listen to that, because guys, yo, that prayer broke my heart. Because guys, my goals and dreams are like everything to me. Those are things that keep me going. So if I was hurt to a point of like asking God to take those away from me, that means things were bad. Things were really bad, you guys. But God didn't listen to that. And I got through March. I don't know how, but yeah, the month ended. I had to write my exams, and I was not prepared for my exams, you guys. I was not prepared at all. I didn't know what I was going to go then write. For maths, I knew that there's no way I was gonna write anything, because I was so behind in terms of practicing. Because I used to watch lecture videos every week, but you know, in terms of like practicing and like feeling like you're prepared, you've done more past papers, I knew I wasn't prepared. So I deferred my maths exam, and I wrote it during the July holidays. And then with computer science, I went there, I went inside. I saw the questions, the problems, and I saw that I couldn't solve any problem. I just sat there, and I just like decided to just accept that I'm going to be repeating this module the following year, because it was a semester module, so it would mean I'm going to repeat it the following year. I sat there for an hour. I was just trying to accept that, talking to God about, God, it's okay, you know, it's not your fault. I'm not angry at you. I know this is all on me. I'm going to take my L, and I'm going to repeat this next year. That's like, I spent an hour just going through that. And then I wrote applied maths, and I passed it, obviously, because it was the only thing that was okay, you know. And then during the July holidays, I came back home like really early, came back, and I wrote my maths, and I still failed it. And I was like, yeah, ne, whoo, university, hectic. Came back, and I still failed the maths exam. I failed both papers. I failed algebra, I failed calculus, and I was like, yeah, hectic. And then I got my overall results, and I failed all my computer science modules, both of my computer science modules. The programming one and the one that was like theory. And I was shocked about the theory one, because it was really easy, but I failed it, and I was like, it's fine. And then I failed maths, of course. I only passed applied maths, but with maths it was okay, because it was a year module, so I still had the second semester to make up. But for computer science, it was shy. I was gonna have to repeat it the following year. And yo guys, it was really tough. Yo, those results were horrible, okay? But that is that. So let's now go to the second semester. Yeah, and so guys, we're now in the second semester. So at this point in my life, I have failed my first semester. I had failed, you guys. I only passed just 3 modules out of, I was doing what, 8. So it was tough. No, I wasn't doing 8. Was I doing 8? Let me quickly count. I was doing 3 plus 2 plus 2, that's like 4, 7. I was doing 7. So I had failed, I had passed 3, and I failed 4 of those modules. So I was like, tough. So we're now in the second semester, you guys. Now motivated, I wanna bounce back, you know. I wanna bounce back, and we're now back to face-to-face classes, because in the first semester we were doing online learning, but we were writing our tests like face-to-face, right? So we're now back in like face-to-face classes and everything. I'm excited. I'm finally going to go to a class, and I'm feeling motivated. I failed. Now I'm gonna try to pass. I'm gonna try to do it in my maths, so I can pass maths, pass applied maths, and know that I just repeat those 2 modules for computer science. You know, I'm just really motivated. I wanna bounce back. Okay, sure. So things felt like they were looking up, you guys. Yo, I remember I used to be a proper course chower. Yo guys, I was chowing course like for real, like every day. I would just chow course, sleep, eat, go to work, do this, chow course. I was studying for real, you guys, because I was like, I cannot feel like this, and I cannot feel here, because I'm living in answered prayer. How am I feeling? You know, I was like, I wanna like make myself proud, you know. I wanna just apologize to myself for what I did to myself in the first semester. So I was studying for real, you guys, and things are looking up. I felt like, now I'm gonna do well, I'm gonna make up, you know, things are okay, right? And then I remember I wrote my first maths test that I was so excited about. I think I even did a vlog when I was writing that. If I'm even gonna put I'm gonna put a video of me like debriefing that test that I wrote, because I was so positive about it, you guys, because I had prepared, I had studied, I was consulting, you guys, I was going to my tutors, like I was just trying everything just to ensure that I do well. I wrote the test and I felt like, I'm gonna do well here. I was so excited. And then they delayed in like giving us our marks, but they finally did, and I was excited. I wanted to go see my A. I remember I used to say, no, they should release our marks because I want to go see my A, because that's how positive I was about it. I got my marks and I had a 40 something, I think a 41% or something. I was like, what? Yo guys, that thing crushed me, you guys. I know in university, I know that thing of like feeling like you wrote well and then you fail. I mean, yeah, I've had those days, but that day, you guys, with that test, I swear I was positive about it. But my marks, I had a 40 something. I was like, what? It crashed my entire spirit, you guys. The drive I had to like make up the second semester, it just went down, because that was the only big test in the second semester for maths. It was my last chance to really like get my marks up there. So I was like, nah, if I fail this, it's try, because I failed dismally, you guys. So after like I failed that test, I felt like there's just the exam to make up for, and an exam is like a lot, because I'm writing a lot, like all topics and everything. So I was like, it's try, I'm not gonna make it. After that, guys, I really just got demotivated, and my anxiety just skyrocketed at that time. My anxiety, I was not okay, you guys, because I was like, after trying so hard, I still fail. You know, I was just like, what do I do? You know, where to from now? You know. And then I started getting really sick, you guys. I was having chest pains, and that was like my response to stress. I remember I fainted at school this one time, but I just went to net care for like a day, and I was like, I'm okay, they don't need to admit me, and I went back to res. And then my exams were approaching, and I was just feeling unmotivated, like, guys, I didn't want anything. I was tired of trying, I was tired of everything. And I gave up, basically, guys. I basically just gave up. I remember I gave up before my exams. I had given up, you guys, and I just wanted to go home. I wanted to go home. That was like one thing that I wanted. I just wanted to go home. I was like, I don't want to be here anymore. But I had to be there. I had to write my exams. So my exams started, you guys. When my exam started, I was so stressed about maths. My maths was like towards the end, but I was stressed because I knew that I'm gonna fail it. I was like, I know for a fact I'm gonna fail maths, and I was stressed out. But I tried to study for like my other exams. I wrote some. Only applied maths modules were like okay. Even with them, guys, they were now just okay. It was no longer like those great marks that I used to get in my first semester. They were just working out. It was just those 50s, you know. And I was just like, I was also tired. Didn't even have the energy to do anything. I was like, that's it. That's the best I can do right now, because I'm not okay. And then I remember the morning that I had to go write maths. Guys, like the craziest thing happened, you guys. Like, I don't know what was happening. I think I was stressed out. I was in my room preparing to go to a doctor. Actually, I wanted to go to a doctor in the morning. Preparing to go to a doctor, and guys, I couldn't balance, you know, and I felt like my head was spinning, and everything just turned black, you guys. Like, it was just lights out, and I was like, yeah. And then now I'm really stressed. And after that day, I didn't write any exam. I just went home, because I was like, I'm not okay, I'm not ready for anything. I don't even have the energy to study for modules after maths. I was like, I'm okay. And I really just did go home, because I deferred my maths exam, and then I deferred the ones I had to write after maths, I had a letter from my doctor because I went to the doctor, right? So I didn't write the remaining of my exams, and I just went home. I was like, finally, I'm home. But at home, guys, I had to study because I was gonna write the deferred exams in Jan of this year 2023. So in December I was trying to study, but I was stressed out because I was just like, am I really going to even make it? Do I even have the energy to study? Am I not just wasting my time? Will I not just fail anyway? I was so stressed, you guys, but I was trying. Shame. I used to have days where I felt like, nah, I can do this, and then the days I was like, you're fooling around, it's over. It was just like that. And then I got my results. I expected my results. Like, one thing about me, I always knew, I knew which ones I was gonna pass, which ones I was gonna fail into, and my marks were exactly like that. So they didn't hurt me or do anything. It was just normal. Sure, I moved on with my life, continued studying, and just enjoying the same. Well, not enjoying, but just sleeping my stress out, and studying when I have a chance. So it's just that vibe. And then January came, you guys, and I had to come here. I came to Joburg to write my deferred exams. I wrote my first one. Didn't go well. I knew for a fact that I'm not even going to reach the pass mark, and I was like, damn. After studying in December, I'm still here and I fail again. Yeah, no. It was tough, you guys. It was tough. But yeah. And then I wrote the second one, which was maths. I wrote maths. I didn't even want to write maths, you guys. I remember that morning, I felt like I just want to go home, but I was like, let me just go and write for vibes. I didn't want to write it at all. I went there, you guys, and I was just there, I was literally just there, and I wrote what I felt like I wanted to write. I didn't want to be there at all. Like, I was not okay, you guys. I was not okay. And I obviously failed maths again. I know I failed it. I failed it. Now I know. But even like at the time, I knew I had failed it. And after that, when I went back home, I was staying at my uncle's house. When I went back home, I told my uncle about, okay, John, but I failed these exams, all of them. I failed them. And when I counted things I failed and that I wrote in November, I can see that things are gonna be excluded at Wits, and I'm not gonna have funding, like J. I'm not gonna have funding. And then my stress, you guys, hey, yeah, I saw stress. That's when I knew what stress was, you guys, because I was like, what is going to happen? I saw my results, you guys, and I knew for a fact that, okay, this is definitely exclusion. I'm gonna be academically excluded, and I'm gonna be financially excluded, because I felt a lot of things. I was so stressed. I didn't know what to do, and I started drafting my appeal, you guys. I started writing my appeal, explaining why I failed. And luckily for me, I had evidence. I had like doctor's letters. I had what's this thing? I also had a diagnosis from a doctor that once treated me, where I was diagnosed with like anxiety, but that was still in high school. So at least I had that. I had proper evidence. So I sent out my appeals. And I mean, I was my exclusion at Wits University was waived, and I came back to university. Like, I was readmitted. They were like, it's okay, you did fail, but your exclusion was waived. You can go back and like repeat the modules that you failed. And I was like, thank God, because what was I going to do if I was excluded for real, if they didn't take me back? And then right now I am still thinking. I'm still waiting for NSFAS to reply. I also appealed with NSFAS. They haven't replied till this day, and today is the last month of Feb, and it's rough because I don't know what I'm going to do if I don't have funding. I really don't know what I'm going to do, but a plan pen is gonna come out, okay? Because I'm just glad that I was taken back by Wits, because that would have been hectic. What was I going to do, guys? I was gonna have to go back home. Imagine. This was so tough on me, you guys. Imagine failing to a point where fun and it was rough and hectic. So guys, yeah, in the last 3 months, weapons really almost prospered. But I feel like God is just always with me, you guys. Like God never ever forsakes me, because the way I failed, if you could see my marks, I was supposed to just be excluded and not even taken back, because those marks were embarrassing. Okay, they were embarrassing. But yeah, God is like, yeah, not with you, Mdanam. And guys, I'm gonna tell you in the end. But that is what has been going on in my life. So it's tough. Whew, so guys, I had to make a decision. I had to decide on like what I want to do next, what's next for me, because at Wits, once they exclude you, you kind of like study under conditions, right? I can't fail any module. If I happen to fail any module in this first semester, I'm not gonna come back in like August, like for the next semester. But if I do pass everything, I'm gonna come back. But if in the end of the year I fail one more thing, I won't be coming back next year at all. So it's tough, but I think I'll be okay, because I'm only doing the modules that I'm repeating, which should be maths and computer science. But I decided that I'm going to replace computer science with another module and just continue with the maths modules. I'm gonna continue with applied maths and mathematics, but I'll now not major in computer science, but I took economics. So my 3 majors now are going to be economics, mathematics, and applied maths. And the plan is to do maths this year and next year. And then in my 3rd year, you have to have 2 majors. So in 3rd year, I plan on just majoring in economics and applied maths, or finance and applied maths. I'll still decide, but I'm basically no longer majoring in computer science. So my degree is no longer BSc computer science, but it's BSc computational and applied mathematics, because that's what I'm going to major in now, since it's been going quite well for me. I really do enjoy it. I don't think it's gonna be easy or anything, but I just enjoy it. So whatever challenge comes with it, I'm going to face it. So yeah guys, that is the story, that is it. And it's rough, it guys. Like, one thing about university, it really humbles you. University humbled me. It humbled me for real. But the reason why I'm still here today after like all of these challenges is just because of my support system, you guys. Like, my family supports me so much. My friends, you guys, my friends, one thing, I'm telling you. Because guys, those ones, they're like my support system, okay? I remember the day I got the day I got readmitted at Wits, when they sent me an email saying they're taking me back and my exclusion is waived and all of that. I remember I called my grandmother. During this thing, during like me getting my results and Wits doing whatever and being excluded by NSFAS, I only told my uncles, and we decided not to tell my grandmother because we didn't want to stress her out. So when everything was okay, I called her and I was like, go, this and this was happening, but Wits took me back and I'm going to register and everything's gonna be okay. And she was just like, nah, you know what, even if you had told me, I wasn't gonna be stressed out. She was like, I wasn't going to be stressed out because I know that nothing can ever stand in your way, because when you're destined for success. Those are the words that my grandmother said to me after telling her that, I failed, and this happened. She just told me that, and I was like, yeah, ne. Yo, I cried, you guys. It just felt like a hug from her, because she wasn't here, she was in Eastern Cape, but I was like, yo, that's like a hug from her. And yeah guys, but I'm okay, you know. I'm really okay. One thing about me, I'm very positive, you know. I know that one day I'm going to graduate here at Wits University. I want to come back and watch this when I graduate. I know for a fact that I will graduate, like whenever it might be, but I know that I'm going to graduate. Even though I'm here, I've been here for 3 years, but I'm still doing a first year. Yo, hectic and tough, but it's okay, you know. I don't know, strong roads or hard roads lead to beautiful destinations. So yeah, I'm gonna put the correct thing here because I don't think that's hard, that's what it says. But yeah, I'm going to be okay, you guys. And yeah, so guys, to just conclude this video, ne, this is a message to anyone who's facing this, or anyone who has faced this, or anyone who's still coming to university. Nje, I just want to tell you guys that if you're going through this also, just know that it's okay, you know. It's okay. Just ensure that you learn from your mistakes and you do better, and just be strong. But like, this is life, okay? Like, this is life. And don't forget that you're still that smart girl that you are. You're still that smart boy that you were. Right now you're just facing some challenges that are new and you don't know how to face them. You're not dumb, you know. You're not. You're very deserving of the position that you're in, that university that you're in. You deserve to be there. You are not there by chance or something. You are there because God knows you should be there. You are there because that university saw that you are fit to be there, okay? To first years, you guys are going to go to university, and you're gonna go there with great marks. But just know that your marks are not going to get you to university, because university doesn't test how smart you are. University is a test of character, okay? It's a test of character. You gotta go there, be disciplined, know how to prioritize and things, manage your time, and just fix your character. Just know that you being smart is not gonna get you through there, you know. Just remind yourself every day that university is just a test of my character, right? And yeah guys, it's really tough. I'm going to write in the description box the things that I want you guys to take from this entire story of mine, and I really do hope that it's going to inspire someone who's going through the same thing. And I hope people who are still first years are going to learn from my mistakes and not do any of the things that I did, and actually like have a smoother journey than I did. And yeah, to all the people who have been through this and made it out, shout out to you guys. So that is it, guys. I know this video is long, but I had to make this video. I hope you really enjoyed it, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.